Adding and subtracting fractions. To add two fractions, we need to have the same denominator. So let's take a look at this example. We have 2 over 4 plus 3 over 4. To add these two, simply draw the fraction line, write the denominator is 4, and then add the numerators. 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 over 4 is the answer. Let's take a look at the next one. Here, we don't have the same denominator. Well, we need to find the common denominator. To find the common denominator, one way is multiplying the denominators. So you multiply the denominators and you get two new fractions. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 4, 12. So 12 is the common denominator. All right, the first one, 4 multiplied by 3, and you got 12. You need to do the same thing for the numerator to have the same fraction. 4 times 3 is 12. 1 times 3 is 3. 3 over 12 equals to 1 over 4. 1/3. 3 times 4 is 12. We need to do the same thing for the numerator. 1 times 4, it is 4. 3 times 4 is 12. 1 times 4 is 4. 4 over 12 equals 1/3. Now we have a common denominator. The common denominator is 12. And the numerators, 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 over 12 is the answer. Let's take a look at the next example. Here we have different denominators, but we need to find common denominator. So just write two fractions. The fraction board. Now the common denominator, 5 and 3 is, just multiply them, is 15. 5 times 3 is 15. 3 times 5 is 15. The common denominator is 15. 5 multiplied by 3, you multiply by 3, you got 15. Now you need to do the same thing for the numerator. So multiply by 3, the answer is 12. 12 over 15 equals to 4 over 5. Now the next one, 3 multiplied by 5. Multiplied by 5, you got 15. Do the same thing for numerator. 2 times 5 multiplied by 5, you get 10. 10 over 15 equals to 2 over 3. Now we have the common denominator. 12 over 15 minus 10 over 15. So write the denominator is 15. And 12 minus 10 is 2. 2 over 15 is the answer. Another example here. We have different denominators, so we need to find the common denominator. 8, 3. If you multiply them, you get 24. 24 is the common denominator, so 24 for both. 8 multiplied by 3, you got 24. Do the same thing for numerator to get the same denominator. 2 times 3, if you multiply by 3, the answer is 6. 6 over 24 equals to 2 over 8. Now 3 multiply 8, you got 24. Do the same thing. 1 times 8, it is 8. So the answer is 2 over 8 minus 1 over 3. The answer is 6 minus 8. So 6 minus 8, 6 is smaller than 8. 6 minus 8, it is -2. 24 is the common denominator. You can write it down. If you simplify these two are even numbers. Divided by 2, you get 1 over 12, but you can also put a negative sign here. Is negative 2 over 24. Next example. 4 and 6 are different denominators. We need to find a common denominator to solve this problem. 5 over 4 plus 1 over 6. The common denominator, you can multiply them, you get 24. 24 is a common denominator. 4 multiplied by 6, you get 24. Do the same thing for numerator. 5 times 6, it is. So 4 times 6 is 24. 5 times 6 is 30. 30 over 24 equals to 5 over 4. Plus 1 over 6. 6 changed to 24. Multiplied by 5. Multiplied by 4 here. Multiplied by another denominator, 4. Now do the same thing for the numerator. 6 times 4, it is 24. 1 times 4, it is 4. Now if you add these two, the common denominator is 24. You can write it down. And 30 plus 4 is 34. 34 over 24 is the answer. You can simplify it. These two are even numbers. If you divide them by 2, 34 divided by 2 is 17. 24 divided by 2 is 12. 17 over 12 is the answer. Let's take a look at another example. Now we have common denominator. When you have a common denominator, simply write it down. Then add, here we have addition. So add 5 to 5 is 8. 8 over 4 is actually 2. 8 divided by 4, the answer is 2.